right, cool. I mean, that's my thing. All right, cool. That's cool. That's probably gonna be how I end my stream from now on. All right, cool. Where is my Gran Turismo music? Where is my Gran Turismo music? I'm gonna turn that down. Is my microphone picking that up? It is. It needs to be closer to my face anyway. What's happening, chat? Okay, so, streaming Marvel Rivals. Goodbye, TikTok farm. Oh, hold on. That should not be Marvel Rivals. Stream Elements is saying Marvel Rivals. I'm not saying it's Marvel Rivals. But, you know. What up, Lee Boy? Early as usual. What up, my boy? So, I actually wanted to... First of all, hold on. This shit is still mad loud. This isn't even... I mean, it is the right one, but... There we go. I want to barely be able to hear it. But it's also... You can barely hear it on the stream? There we go. All right. Now it's background music. What's going on, guys? What's happening? All right now. Okay, cool. What up, Lorenzo? What up, Babacar? What's going on, man? I'm good. How are you, brother? So today I am probably going to take a look at this Chinese TikTok app. You know what I'm saying? That'll be fun. Let me make sure Twitch doesn't say Marvel Rivals anymore though, because we need to move to just chatting. Just chatting. So today I was having a dilemma, right, boys? I was having a dilemma, and I understand that I'm multi-streaming right now. Babacar is saying hi on Twitch. Lee Boy is saying hi on YouTube. Lee Boy, let me ask you a question, brother. Did you get the notification for Twitch or YouTube? Because obviously you guys are subscribed, so that makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense, you know. Good for you. Good for you. You know, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, big dog. TikTok looking like it's going to be banned. Yes, sir. It's on its way out of here. Lorenzo said I got the noti for both. Yeah, TikTok is getting banned. You got the noti for both? Okay, for sure, for sure. Because I'm never really sure. I'm subscribed to my own channel, and I never get notifications for it. So, I just wanted to make sure. I do need to change the thumbnail, so you guys can hang out with me while I do that before I start recording. Just because, you know, the channel is failing, man. The channel is failing. Every day we're losing more and more, like, subs. You guys want to see this sub counter? Hold on. We're going to go to audience. And then I think there's like a scale you can see somewhere. Subscribers, see more. All right. And instead of daily, we're going to go monthly. Actually, you know what? Let's do yearly. Let's do in the past year. Look at this decline. Look at this decline, man. Subscribers by content. New viewers by content. Viewers are going to be down, obviously, but, you know, whatever. Subscribers, let's see. More metrics. We don't want revenue. We don't need that. Impressions. Okay, so we're going to look at impressions, right? Impressions going up in 2024. What's the blue? Blue is 888 impressions for the Marvel Rivals one yesterday. So the impressions are up. Let's see subscribers. Subscribers by content. I want subscribers by overall. Here's overview subscribers. All right, whatever. Minus 13. All right, whatever. Anyway, as you guys can tell, we're constantly losing subscribers every time I upload, every time I stream. It's been a steady decline. Yeah, every upload is like minus some odd or whatever. What's up, Anime Done? What's going on, sis? So, I don't know if I want to do anything about that. I brought my water in, but I don't have any in here, chat. Ooh, excuse me, still sick. So that's something else I don't want to do. I don't want to be constantly going, what do we think, chat? Calling the chat just feels weird. Damn, Unc, I've known you since the 7th grade. I'm gonna be a freshman in college now. Damn. And you know what's crazy? I haven't made that many videos since you found my channel. What up, Sativa? Listen, man, Unc gonna be here for a while. Excuse me? What did you say, Lee Boy? Why would you think that's okay to type in the chat, brother? Hey, yo. I gotta ban a mod, man. Hold on. How to ban mods. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What did he say? Oh yeah, you're on Twitch, so you can't see. I need to put like a combined chat right here on the side of the screen. So let's go ahead and open up our template real quick. We need to make a thumbnail, add the TikTok logo. Oh yeah. This is for the new video I'm working on. Y'all not supposed to see this, man. Y'all not supposed to see this. This is secret content. You know what I'm saying? Secret content. Y'all not supposed to see that. That video's not finished yet. Oh, he asking about the goat throat. He said I didn't mean it like that. You're a sicko. You're a sicko, man. You're a sick individual. You are a sick individual. So, but what's cool is we got the green screen back, man. We got it out of storage. We got it's a whole bunch of stuff we got to do, man. So, whole bunch of stuff. I'm excited. It's gonna be really cool. And it's my off season right now, so of course, you know, I could just maybe I don't open that file. Yeah, maybe I don't open that. It's my off season right now, so I can go ahead and get a lot of stuff done. Jay, I'm going to YouTube. I can't stand this bitch. For sure, for sure. And that's what I was wondering, man. What I was wondering is, do I want to continue to stream on Twitch? Or is it one of those things where, like, I'm only streaming on YouTube just to say I'm streaming on YouTube? Like, what is my benefit of streaming on YouTube, right? Before it was, you know, I can run ads, I'll get paid for the ads, blah, 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 a few cents here and there. They add up, right? The few cents makes sense, literally. But also at the same time, I'm not really doing too much right now as far as making content, you know? Is that necessarily a bad thing? Is that something I should, you know, be worried about? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Not really something I thought about too much. So we're gonna open this one. Which all of this should have been done before starting my stream, but you know, whatever. Actually, we should be able to just select subject, I think. Select subject. I was gonna say it should just be able to pick me out. Then we just modify from there. So one of the things that I'm covering today is, obviously, you know, there's a new Chinese app. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but since TikTok is getting banned, there's been a lot of alternatives that are popping up. And it's so interesting because at first people were saying we need to go to Lemon 8. Lemon 8 is a very strange application because it's like a TikTok rip, of course, just like everything else. But funny enough, it's also owned by ByteDance, which is the whole reason TikTok is getting banned. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a national security. So the geniuses in the TikTok community have decided, you know what? Let's just go over to this Chinese app called Rednote, right? I can't say it in Chinese because I'm not fluent in Mandarin just yet. But I think it was pretty funny. So I downloaded it yesterday, right? Downloaded it yesterday. I've seen some of the wildest videos ever, right? I've seen some of the wildest videos. They're just so funny because they're clearly making fun of the US government about giving China your data and your info. And what do the American people do? They walk right into it. The American people just walk straight into, oh, you know what? Since the government wants to limit what we're allowed to do, the content we're allowed to consume, let's just do it. Let's just give China our information because we don't want Mark Zuckerberg having it. For sure. I vibe with that. I vibe with that sentiment a lot. You know what I mean? So I had no problem giving the Chinese my information because fuck it. Why not? You know, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, it's going to be cool. Let's go ahead and do it. I saw a Thirst Trap Luigi edit, a Luigi Mangione edit. That was just it. That shit made me crack up laughing, dude. It made me laugh so fucking hard. Cause I was like, oh, we are so unserious. We really are so unserious, man. Why not just go on Reels? Reels is ass. Reels is ass, bro. That shit is terrible. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a video. I'm gonna play a video today on my TikTok of reasons why we won't go to Reels. And it has a lot to do with the Facebook Meta kind of like ecosystem, but also because the way that app is formulated is just to show you bullshit. That's the thing. The thing about TikTok, the thing about Lemon 8, and the thing about Shang, why am I about to call it the Chinese name? And the thing about Red Note is they are not introducing bullshit. Obviously, bullshit does exist, but the best thing about those apps is once you have shown interest in something productive, something interesting, very, very niche pieces of content, it feeds you that constantly. No ads. You know, ads don't really be popping up like that in the middle of you watching. It's better than YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is trash because if you pause something on YouTube Shorts, guess what? You're getting an ad. You can get an ad. On Instagram Reels, showing you bullshit after bullshit after bullshit that has nothing to do with your interest. You may click that you like a specific video, but Instagram doesn't go, oh, you like anime? Let me show you these anime edits, but then doesn't dive into the specific anime edit that you liked. So you may go on there thinking like, oh, I want to watch videos of Satoru Gojo, right? The TikTok algorithm takes things about Gojo, things related to Gojo specifically, and will feed you, here's Kakashi, here's Full Metal Alchemist, here's these characters from One Piece, here's this, that are similar to Gojo. They have similar relation to these characters that are like Gojo or like-minded. It just understands you on a deeper level and feeds you content that you're actually going to watch. Instagram Reels will show you one anime edit every 10 swipes. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Then you'll see a cosplayer trying to fucking advertise her OF that has nothing to do with anime. How the fuck did we get here? So that's why. That's why we don't fuck with Satoru Gojo. Yes, that's exactly what I said. I don't watch that fucking show. I don't know anything about Satoru Gojo. Sorry. He said, I don't use YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is trash. Never seen an ad on YouTube Shorts? You be on YouTube Shorts? I get them all the time. So TikTok just does it better. In my niche, TikToks was booming. Music be flying on that app? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that shit is crazy, man. That shit is crazy. So it's just these algorithms are not feeding you what you want to watch. Things that you're interested in. TikTok takes a... Maybe I don't do this one. Yeah. Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. Let's see. The house that TikTok built. There we go. That's what I wanted. Something like that. It's not the best looking thumbnail, but I kind of wanted it to look a certain way, and I don't have the time to be able to do it. What's the shirt? My hoodie? It's my girlfriend's California hoodie. It just says California on the back. That's it. What, are you serious about the Chinese spyware or over Instagram? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have it downloaded. I have it already downloaded on my phone. We're going to go through the For You page, or the, I don't know how to say it in Chinese, but there's already a ton of people that are, you know what else? Hold on. You know what else I really don't fuck with about like the whole Meta Facebook, Instagram thing is oh, Rencho's on Marvels. Oh shit. He's on Marvel Rivals. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is the fact that even though the spyware that is supposedly on TikTok, right, is stealing our data, why is it that whenever I'm talking in the vicinity of my phone with any Facebook Meta thing on my phone, I will start being fed ads about the thing that I was talking about? You don't think that's a little invasive? You don't think that's a little suspicious? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I was talking about anime posters the other day. Tell me why on my Instagram, like a sponsored thing comes up for anime like posters, like the wall scroll posters. And I'm like, but they're so low quality. That shit looks terrible. I would never buy one of those. So somebody is listening. The technology that Meta is using to listen to my conversations, to find out what I like and what I don't like, and then serve me ads based off of those things is doing a terrible job. It's doing a terrible job. That's the part I really don't fuck with. Now, if TikTok could use that and show me content I actually want to see, bro, that would be cool. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. I don't need Instagram Reels showing me big booty bitches all the time, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, sometimes I want to see, you know, funny shit. He said the Luigi Mangione thirst traps go hard. Thank you, Darth. Thank you. Thank you. He said that's sus. I agree. Bro, every social media spies on their customers. Exactly. They're data farming. They're data farming, bro. That's literally their job. How can we get people to stay on the apps longer so we can steal their data? That's it. That's all it is. And you know what? I'm cool with it, bro. I'm cool with it. Some of the stuff I'm cool with. Because that's how you pay the toll. You know what I mean? Like, these apps are not free to be free. They're free because they're getting something out of it. They'll farm your data, they'll steal your data, and then they'll sell it to people. So, you know, that's just the way it is. That's how it is, man. So, that's how it be. But I'm cool with it. I don't know about the rest of you guys. He said, my data is ass. I don't know what they would do with it. That's exactly why we have no problem going over to the Chinese app. What China gonna get from us, man? You know what I mean? Maybe if you're a government official, sure. Okay, that makes sense. If you're a government official, maybe you don't get on the Chinese spyware app. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, the culture needs more hot tub content. Hey, man, whatever you got going on. He said, but America said, we not doing this no more. Like they did Keegan. And it took a whole nother level. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I just read that you wrote, except for those last 3 words. So that's about it. That's about it, man. That's about it. Hold on, let me speed through this. I don't like that song. I mean, I like that song, but I don't. My other Gran Turismo playlist is fire, though. This one? Yeah, this shit hits. This is my favorite one. Anyway, it looks like Restream took a pause here for some reason. Okay, no, it's cool, it's good. I gotta turn this other light on over here. Didn't realize like my face looks that fucking ugly. Ugh. So, we got a bunch of equipment here. If you guys were to see the rest of my living room, cause, you know, my girlfriend gives me this little corner over here to make content in, right? So in this little corner, it's like, it's a lot going on, obviously, on this table now, because this is a bunch of stuff that I brought from storage, except for these flowers. These are hers. But yeah, a bunch of this stuff is from work and all this other stuff, right? If you guys were to see the rest of my living room, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Are you okay? Do we need to call anybody? Should we let your mom know that you're safe? Type shit. So, anyway, we got all of the stuff in here. The camera gear has been taken out. I got a bunch of stuff from my apartment put up in here. So yeah, the memorabilia and all this other shit, all this shit is in here. So we'll need to take the time to set it up, which is cool with me. He said, move the camera, show the living room. Absolutely not. She would not be okay with that. I don't need you guys seeing the floor plan. Maybe one day for an IRL stream, but you know, until then, yeah, it's not happening. Not right now. This place is a fucking mess. She'll kill me. So we're gonna go to stream. We're just chatting. That's cool. So I guess we could close this now. I don't need that open. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to channel content. We're gonna go to live. I wish this would turn red like it does on the mobile version. If it turns red, that's how you know somebody's live. So we're gonna go here. Looks like it's working. The thumbnail is working. Edit video. We're gonna do time to say good to TikTok. There we go. Now, my question is, where does this go when I'm done streaming? Fire Force IRL? Oh, that'd be cool. Do a Fire Force stream and like go and fight some fires on stream. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Seems a little insensitive, but content year? Setup stream would be cool. Maybe when I get everything finished. So there's just like a lot of stuff I want to do and not enough time, not enough money. So get those boxing gloves out. Fight for the Palisades. I'm cool. You'll never see me doing that. Those rich motherfuckers? Yeah, right. You'll never see me boxing for rich people. Fuck no. Fuck no. And that's the thing. There's so many people pandering, right? About the amount of like, oh, what about the old people that bought their houses here in the 1930s, 1940s, blah, 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 and now these homes are millions of dollars. You want me to feel sorry for people whose home, like, first of all, bro, I'm broke. I can't feel sorry for rich people. I just can't. It's like, oh, but they didn't used to be rich. They used to be on a, fairly decent salary and just, made a really good investment. You're buying a beachside house in the Palisades of Los Angeles. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Like, that shit makes no sense to me, bro, that you want sympathy from me. Fire Force IRL. I can't be sorry for them. I'm still exactly. I can't feel sorry for other people if I barely have enough to feel sorry for myself. That's the thing. I barely have enough to feel sorry for myself, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not me, man. It's not me. Anyway, let me go ahead and clear some of these notifications here. The Watch Duty app is going crazy right now. I'm going to show you guys the Palisades fire in We'll see how close it is. Actually, maybe not do that because I'm gonna dox myself if I do that. So maybe we don't do that. Maybe we fucking don't do that. Yeah. Maybe we don't do that. Sure, there's nobody that's currently on the stream that will be like, oh, I know where his location is, blah blah blah. I know you guys don't care, but that's the thing. There's always something harmful out there, and I'd rather not. I mean, you know, the Chinese spyware already got my info. You know what I mean? I turned the location on for that joint for sure. So, you know, y'all get it from my Chinese from my Chinese spy watching my phone right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this app, man. We're gonna turn this on. I recently clipped my fingernails and I cut too deep on one of them, so now it's like bleeding a little bit. Not a great idea, man. Not a great idea. All right, so let me pull this up for you guys. We're gonna do a little full screen action here. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go back to the scene. Oops, I have it in low power mode. So, just for context, so people can see what my wallpaper screen looks like, this is what it looks like. What's interesting about my wallpaper screen is it's a rotating screen. So whenever I press on the screen, it just changes to something else that I have in that album. Yes, I have done this with inappropriate pictures. Obviously, I knew you guys were gonna ask, so I'm just getting it out of the way. I have done this with severe, you know, things that I'm not supposed to. Let's just say that. So obviously, I got the Chinese spyware app. I want to take a look and see what we find on here. Hold on, let me turn my music off real quick. I wish there was a faster way to do this. And then what's on our... Okay, for sure. Just in case we see anything a little suspect, you know what I mean? Yeah, it might not go the way we think it's gonna go. So, the first video. Tell me, yo, we get Luigi. China opening Red Note this past week. Hold on, let's see. Hello, my Chinese overlords. I'm here because of the TikTok ban. I will do my best to learn the language. Niggas are so unserious, bro. I fucking love it.
Hey guys, I think I'm the only beneficiary of TikTok refugees. 就是老铁们，我觉得太疯狂了，你知道吗？就是这个 TikTok 难民这个事情出来之后。
Hi, TikTok refugee. First of all, I want to say welcome to 小红书.
The term TikTok refugee is so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny, dude. Yeah, of course. Why are people in China also in love with Luigi? Bro, the Mufasa. Hold on. Look at this shit. This shit is so crazy. The Mufasa Happy Meal, bro. It has the Mufasa Happy Meal. I can't be mad at it. This shit is cool. This shit is cool, bro. Look at my guy Luigi, man. Let him go. He didn't do anything wrong. So, you know how I know this is how I know Luigi didn't do anything wrong. He and I were literally playing ranked Marvel Rivals that night, man. There's no possible... Let my boy go. Luigi didn't do nothing wrong. Come on, man. Come on. Look at this.
I am sorry, my mentor. I have failed you. I am sorry, my mentor.
Hey, I gotta download this, bro. This shit is so funny. I gotta download this one.
I am sorry, my mentor. I have failed you.
This shit is so funny, bro. Once TikTok is finally gone and you switch yet again to another app with 0 followers. 0 followers, sir.
Leave me alone.
You know I'm about to share this shit on fucking Instagram, dude. Let my man go. How do you not know him? That's what I'm saying. He said, we do not care. Bro on his TikTok refugee arc.
Hey friends from TikTok, I am Abe from China. And
What's up, Abe?
Say it's so amazing to have you here. For so long we haven't really been able to connect or talk to each other like this. But now we finally can, and it feels so special.
Now look, I'm gonna let you know right now. Abe is a Chinese spy. For sure. This guy, Abe, he's a Chinese spy for sure. And you know what? I respect his job, man. Listen, he said, my American friends that I haven't met yet, I just want to connect. We've never really had a way to connect to one another or speak to each other. And you know what, Abe? I vibe with that, bro. I vibe with that. That's some cool shit. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I may not have a problem with it. Uncle Sam gonna have a problem with it. So, if we're making little video chats, is this the new arc that we're doing on Chinese TikTok, man? Is this what we're doing on Red Note? We're just making cute little videos and sending them to people individually. I feel like I need to make a video specifically for Abe and be like, hey, Abe, this is your American friend Jared here, man. This is Jay Sama here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. It's so nice to meet you, brother. It's so nice to finally have a one-to-one conversation. Thank you for welcoming all of us TikTok refugees. We really appreciate it, man. It's been great here. I started learning Chinese yesterday. I'm on my second lesson. Ni hao, sheng sheng xing. Oh no, I think it's sheng song xing. No. What is it? Fuck. It was literally. I'm not even shitting you. It was in my Mandarin lesson yesterday. It's shang sei xing. Or something like that, whatever it is. But, I probably said something like, I want to sacrifice a small goat. But listen. I'm just learning, okay? It's only my second day out here. You know what I mean? So it's cool, Abe. We're going to teach you a lot of stuff. You're going to teach us a lot of stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun until the U.S. government decides, go ahead and shut this shit down. You know what I mean? So, no racial. Let's see.
Hello,
what is this?
TikTok friends.
Wuxi, that's what it is. Wuxi Mei something. I am here.
Many of you want to learn some simple Chinese. Maybe I can help you.
I feel like in between the last 7 days, right? On this app, there was probably nobody. Look, she teaches us how to say refugee. TikTok, whoa, she? Whoa, she TikTok none? Oh my god, you can't make this shit up, dude. This shit is so funny. So it's funny because it's real. It's real as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. So what's interesting is there was probably nobody teaching Mandarin to Americans specifically on this app. There probably was maybe a handful of people that were doing that, but I think it's because in China, you have a lot of military, children, military people, Americans who go there for work and stuff like that. And they actually do use this app. They actually do use Red Note. And so maybe they were learning Mandarin on this app. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, hello, knock, knock. It might have already been in use, but there was such a small amount of creators. Now there's probably hundreds, if not thousands of people teaching Americans Chinese at this point. You know what I mean? It probably in the last couple of days was a huge surge of people suddenly teaching. So I wonder, there's probably a space, right? There's probably a space on this app to teach people in China American culture. And I think I might have to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have to do that. I might have to introduce it to them. You know what I'm saying? Americans downloading another Chinese app to piss off our government. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what's interesting here is, although it may be fun for the first few days, it's supposed to be hee hee ha ha funny funny. I think this is our rallying point to where now we can, just like on TikTok, there's a level of activism that was happening that you can't really share on Instagram. That's the thing. On Instagram Reels, you can't really share this type of like radical thought and like radical organization of, you know, oh, the government is trying to ban TikTok. Here's a list of your government representatives that said yes to the TikTok ban, but also use TikTok. Here are their phone numbers. Here are their emails. Bug them to change their minds. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't occur on Instagram Reels. That gets censored. That gets suppressed on Instagram Reels. That's why we fuck with TikTok. TikTok is a town square where anybody and everybody can speak to one another. So, you know, I'm glad this app exists. I'm glad Red Note, you know, even though Chinese spyware, of course, I'm glad these spots and these places and these, you know, forums exist. You know, they're supposed to. Because the thing about American culture is it is a mixing pot. America is made for everyone to speak to one another on a level where they're sharing individual knowledge and things like that. You know what I mean? America thrives on multiculturalism. That's literally been the dawn of America, like 1776 type shit. You know what I mean? Multiple cultures, backgrounds, influences coming into one singular country. You could go to New York, you could go to California, you can go to Miami, you can go to Houston, you can go to Texas, you can go to all these places, right? And there's multicultural, there's people of other cultures that interact with each other and intermingle. I mean, no places like California or New York, to be honest. California, New York, Florida, like I feel like those are the biggest mixing pot, multicultural areas, obviously. So you could just interact with people. Like you don't have to stay secluded in your community, your bubble type of people who only think the way that you think. You can expand your horizons. Think, my brothers, think. My brothers and sisters, you need to lock in. You need to think. Why is the government trying to limit our First Amendment speech rights, even though it is our First Amendment American right? As Americans, think, my brothers and sisters, think. Why is it that they're trying to oppress our words if our words really mean no harm to the United States government? It's because when you have my boys like Luigi coming through, upholding those First Amendment rights and his Second Amendment right exercising, being able to bear his arms. Okay, think, my brothers and sisters, think. You really got to lock in. You really just don't even know. And so bringing that over to a new platform is it's just so cool to me, man. It's so cool. I love to see it.
We are back, baby. We are fucking.
Americans finding each other on the Red Note app. Yes, sir.
We are back.
That shit's so funny. Oh my god, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. First of all, let's dissect this for a moment. We need to take a deep breath. Hold on, man. I'm losing my voice. He said they're learning. Yes, Lorenzo, they are not only learning, but I'm going to tell you right now, American culture is black culture. Without black people creating, without black people making things, there is no American culture. Let's be real. There is no pop culture. Pop culture is black culture. Unfortunately, every time we make something cool, whoop, somebody takes it and does whatever. The term woke, I've talked about this before on stream, bro. The term woke being like radicalized by you know, the right-wing media and all this other shit, like using the word woke incorrectly really pisses me off, man. I feel like between the hairstyles, the music, the dances, everything that just gets plucked from the black community that is for us, by us, for, you know, intended for us to share with one another, the rest of the world just is like, oh, look at this cool thing. It's not bad. It's not always bad. But I feel like in terms of other people in other cultures, they're taking it and appreciating it. Like when you see these videos of Japanese hairstylists and they want hair like this and they have to go through 19 hours of hair care products and all sorts of shit just for your hair to look like mine, that's appreciation. I feel like they do the research ahead of time. They're like, okay, you know, this is, you know, deep within black culture. They show an appreciation for it. Whereas other people, they appropriate that shit. There's appreciation and appropriation. And I feel like most people in America, or most like mainstream media type shit, really appropriates that shit. They take it and they're like, how can I make money off of this? How can I abuse this for my benefit? Whereas other people, they just think that shit is cool. In Japan, in Korea, breakdancing, rapping, battle rapping, you know, music, a whole bunch of other shit. They take that shit and they just, oh, this is a good time. We're having a great time. We enjoy this. They're not doing it out of malice. They're not doing it most of the time. The popular shit, they're not doing it to make fun of black people. They're not doing it to make fun of pop culture and all this other shit. They're doing it because they like it. That's just my 2 cents on it. You know what I mean? That's just my 2 cents. Think, my brothers and sisters. Think.
Transportation on the street.
To anyone who's not a TikTok refugee, first.
You know what's funny? This is the exact girl I saw on my TikTok, and she was talking about coming over to this app. Holy shit, dude. First of all, how many followers does she have now? Why did she have so many? Day one. It won't let me start making videos yet, only because I haven't verified my my phone number. For some reason, I'll put in my phone number, and it's just like, no, sorry. Can't find it. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Hey! Okay, I knew the rush hour memes were coming, bro. I knew the rush hour memes were coming.
This is nice.
This is nice.
They don't like tourists here, so try to blend in.
What you mean, act like a tourist? I am a tourist, fool.
Oh, wait a minute, don't buy it. Wait here.
We going
Bathroom.
for her, Batman. He's gonna party.
If this not me, bro. If this is not me.
Hello， 你好，你好，
你好，
再见，
再见，
再见。
再见。
I don't know， 我不知道，
我不知道。
Thank you。
Not me actually learning, bro. 你好，你好妹. He said you probably got a low social credit score, Jay. Social credit score? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you mean in the China, like, social credit? Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
I've given the best years of my life to this place. I don't think so.
SpongeBob?
Is that you?
I've been waiting for you, Patrick.
Oh my gosh.
Hi guys, TikTok refugee here. If you followed me on TikTok, then you know I post about pop culture, entertainment news in general, and some personal stuff. I'm really nervous to be on this app, but I also find it to be really exciting and thrilling that we're all doing this. I'm sad that TikTok might actually go, but
She might be an NPC, bro. She might be an NPC. The way she's speaking is just like making me so nervous. She seems like an op. She's talking like an op, and I really don't like that.
Because if TikTok's really about to be banned this time, I'm gonna start saying how I really fucking feel. I might lose followers for what I'm about to say, but
Yeah, I saw this video the other day on TikTok. I literally saw this exact one.
You were a wonderful experience.
You were a wonderful everything. Oh, you motherfuckers. You think you could do this to me? Oh, all you bitches. Jay! You can do this to me?
Morning in China.
Hold on, I gotta download this one too. In Pelican Bay!
Good morning.
What? We gotta stop calling it Red Note. You guys gotta stop calling it Red Note, okay? If we're doing this as even partially as an FU to our own U.S. government, you gotta start calling it Little Red Book or just Red Book, because if you don't know the historical context of the Little Red Book, it is literally a little red book of Chinese communist propaganda written by the head of the Chinese Communist Party,
For sure.
Mao Zedong. And it's like historically, if you like in a historical context, say little.
This is what I like. I would have never seen this video. I just learned something new just now. I would have never known that. That is something, if I was scrolling through Instagram Reels, I would have never learned that. Why is she saying our own? I don't know, bro. She might be American. You might be a little racist, brother. You might be a little racist by you saying that. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the shit I'm talking about. I would have never learned this. I want to look in the comment section and I want to see what the comments are saying. Hold on.
But people will know you're basically talking about a little bit of Chinese Communist propaganda. And the US government especially is really going to hate that. So if you're going to simplify it, call it Red Book. But Red Note kind of takes away the oomph.
See, here's the thing. We call it Red Note because that's what you search up in the App Store. If you search up Red Note in the App Store, it pops up. That's why. Maybe it's synonymous with Red Book. Maybe if you typed in Red Book too, like, it'll probably pop up. But as far as I know, that's what I searched up. So out of respect for the Chinese Communist Party, big ups to the Chinese Communist Party. I don't know if that's is that something we should be supporting? Honestly, communism don't even seem that bad. You know what I mean? Communism doesn't even, hold on, matter of fact, we go ask ChatGPT. Actually, let's just ask it. Is communism bad? We're just gonna ask the AI. Fuck it. Communism is often criticized for several systemic flaws that have led to various negative outcomes in practice. Okay, so communism might not be the wave, bro. Communism might not be the wave. You know, I wasn't great in history class, and that was like 57 years ago that I had a history class. So, you know, you can't really blame me for needing to Google this shit. You know what I mean? Fact check her. Not saying that she's wrong. I just want to see. Okay, for sure. For sure. Little Red Book. Okay. Holy shit, I'm dying. You know what the fucked up part about today's stream is? I forgot to hit the record button. He said, Little Red Book meeting. The Chinese social media and e-commerce platform, also known as the Little Red Book, has risen to the top of the App Store, blah, 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 blah. I need the historical context. Let's do that. Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, bro, I can't read, is a compilation of Mao's speeches and writing. It was first published in 1964 and became a significant symbol of the Chinese Cultural Revolution and Maoism. Here's a historical context. Publication and initial distribution. The public was produced, wow, holy shit. My eyes, let me do this. Grandpa can't see. Publication and initial distribution. The book was produced by the People's Liberation Army in 1964, aiming to distribute a copy of every Chinese citizen. It was designed to be a portable, accessible text that could be easily memorized and quoted. The Ministry of Culture built hundreds of new printing houses to meet the demand, and over 1 billion copies were eventually published. Cultural Revolution. During the Cultural Revolution, which was 1966 to 1976, owning a copy of the Little Red Book became almost mandatory. Why do we not have this in America? Could we in America get away with this? Could we get away with our own Little Red Book? And I feel like in nowadays it would be social media. It would be your phone. It would be like something that is distributed digitally from one person to another that contains, you know, obviously historical context matters in this particular situation. And it would be like your rights as an American citizen that you could exercise in any given context, scenario, anywhere you go, you can pull it up. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can just Google some shit, but this is what woke means. This is political wokeness. This is what woke actually is. Knowledge. Okay, my brothers and sisters, this is what woke really means. I don't want anybody anymore talking about woke DEI bullshit. Like, that's not what woke is. We need to start bringing those words back. And you know what? Maybe my first video on this platform, I think I need to talk about the word woke. I think I need to talk about the historical context of the word woke and what it really meant and the origin within the black community on why that word is important and the demonizing of that word. Honestly, not a bad idea. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He said, dive into it for real. Become a commie? I don't know about that. Maybe a socialist. Socialism is something that I did do a little bit of research on, and I was like, this shit don't seem that bad. It don't seem that bad. You know what I mean? Global impact. The book was translated and distributed worldwide, becoming a symbol of radicalism and communism. It was adopted by various groups, including students, workers, and political activists in countries like the United States, Africa, and Europe. Its global circulation and influence have the subject of scholiary? I know it means scholastic. Scholiary analysis, as seen in Alexander C. Cook's edited volume, Mao's Little Red Book, A Global History. You know what? Let's pull up a video. Let's watch a video.
By Barbara Lehman. Guys, you won't hear my voice in this book. However, this book is for you to solve a puzzle. This is the Red Book.
That might not be it. Mao's Little Red Book. Here we go.
China's Little Red Book. Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, 19...
I should probably turn the VPN on because the American government is going to come and find me. Me learning about this, the American government is going to come and find me. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that.
There are a handful of books that have influenced hundreds of millions of people's lives over the decades, centuries, and millennia of human
Yeah, like the Bible.
existence. Mao's Little Red Book, or Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, was one of these. It was a book of political and cultural statements based on the speeches, writing, and thoughts of China's communist leader, Chairman Mao Zedong. Mao was the Chinese revolutionary leader who, after leading a long armed struggle, helped found the People's Republic of China in 1949. His book, Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, which became commonly known as the Little Red Book, was the idea of General Lin Biao. Compiled by the staff of the People's Liberation Army Daily, it was first published in 1964. The book helped promote even further the personality cult that surrounded Mao and his own brand of communism that became collectively known as Maoism. The book would be printed by the hundreds of millions, and it got its name from the fact that it had a vivid red cover and was pocket size.
You know what's interesting? This absolutely could work in the United States, except obviously not views of communism, but probably like views of freedom. What's your red ID so I can follow you on there? Nah, socialism is doo-doo. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look that up. Let me put my VPN in Sweden.
The idea was for the party's faithful to carry it around with them constantly, so it was always ready at hand for them to consult and inspire. The book's slogan was, workers at one stage in China during what was called the Cultural Revolution, it was almost mandatory to carry around a copy. The Chinese Cultural Revolution ran from 1966 to 1976 and was pioneered by Chairman Mao. Its aim was to rid communist China once and for all of the devils of capitalism and imperialist Chinese traditions. The final version of the Little Red Book contained 267 quotations covering 25 topics such as war and peace, unity, discipline, women, criticism and self-criticism, imperialism, and correcting mistaken.
I'd be interested to know what the section on women is about. They might make it woke in the American version. You know, I got to be careful. You know, I don't want them to you know, I don't want my communism to be woke.
One section was on how to be a good communist and citizen, stating a communist must be selfless, with the interests of the masses at heart.
Is that what the core of communism is? We're gonna have to ask the AI in a minute.
To possess a largeness of mind, as well as a practical, far-sighted mindset. Another stressed how everyone was involved. Intellectuals, students, soldiers, and the average peasant were to involve themselves in political work and study Marxism and Leninism. It was at first only distributed among top officials in order to get feedback. Then an expanded version was given out to the People's Liberation Army. Finally, a year later in 1965, hundreds of print shops were set up across China, and it was made available to the masses. Because it was a simplified version of Mao's writings, the Little Red Book helped the peasants and workers understand Mao's ideas, therefore helping the widespread indoctrination of Mao's cult of personality and communist ideology. The authorities expected all loyal citizens to own a copy, and not only to carry it around at all times, but to actively read it on a daily basis for inspiration and guidance in all aspects of everyday life. Disrespecting or
this shit was really the Bible for them. That's crazy, bro.
Quoting the book could get you in trouble. After that, it was actively promoted in communist countries, but when Chinese and Soviet relations started to turn sour during the 1960s, the book was banned in the Soviet Union. After Mao's death in 1976, his successors tried to discourage the book and its Maoist teaching.
I don't know. Maoism sounds kind of fire. I'm not going to lie, bro. And keep in mind, we started on this journey to discover, you know, what it is. Like, we started on this knowledge journey because of this girl's video. Keep in mind. Stay woke. Stay woke. Let's see. Core values of communism. Communism is an ideology that advocates for a classless society where the means of production are communally owned and private property is non-existent or severely curtailed. Is that what that is? Bro, my reading skill is out the door today. Normally, it's not this bad, I promise. Le brainwashing? All we're doing is learning, bro. This isn't brainwashing. In theory, it's not bad. In theory. But here's the best part about that is, here's the best part. When you learn new things, you can take certain aspects that you do like and things that you don't, you can set to the side. I think that's the best part about knowledge. You know what I mean? He said, no, the book was brainwashing. Interesting. That's not what that summary said. That summary is kind of cool, bro. That summary was kind of locked in. But maybe because I don't know the context of what's in the book verbatim, word for word. It's one for all. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like community. Communism is literally community. You know what I mean? Can't say it has a good track history. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, I'm just learning it. Relax. Bro, just saying they're my neighbors. For sure. Let's see. The core values of communism, as derived from its foundational principles, include equality. Okay, we're cooking a little bit. Communism aims to establish a society where there are no socioeconomic classes. Cool. Okay. No, the rich, the poor, the middle class. Okay. We're abolishing that entirely. I don't know about that one. And all individuals have equal access to resources and opportunities. Right there. There it is. Right there. Okay, so let's pause. Let's pause for a second, right? Let's pause for a second. Our core values of, let's call it modern neo-communism. What is modern neo? That's the title that we're going to give it. Modern, pseudo-futuristic communism. What does that look like? Well, equality. We're just going to change that. All men, women, and children are born and created equally, and all individuals have equal access to resources and opportunities. That's it. That's value. That's core value number one. You can have that in capitalism. Okay, cool. We can have that in capitalism, right? All right, cool. We established rule number one. Can we stop there? Do we need to apply everything about communism? I don't think we need to. Aims and applications are two different things. For sure. Just like everything that you read is open to interpretation. Like the fact that there are correct and incorrect interpretations of things that are in the Bible. You know what I mean? Some people use that for bullshit. Like, some people say, oh yeah, gay marriage is man and man is a sin. And that's actually not true, because in the Bible, it says man shall not lay with child. Pedophilia is a sin. Men with men, that's not a sin. You know what I'm saying? Men on men is not a sin. That's crazy. Men on men is not a sin. Men with child is a sin, bro. That's what it says. That's what the book says, man. Google it. That shit. Stay woke, my brothers and sisters. Stay woke. You see what I mean? Stay woke. You can create your own cores, core values and things like that. You can make it your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that the little red book can't be synonymous to something else? We could have the little blue book. You know what I mean? The little blue book that goes around America with these specific core values and you know, philosophies and things like that that help towards a productive society. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stay woke. Stay woke, my brothers and sisters. You don't got to take everything as it is. You don't got to take the whole chicken as it's being handed to you. You can take little bits and pieces that you do like and throw away the ones that you don't, or give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So this is the one I don't vibe with, right? I don't necessarily vibe with this, but we can take this interpretation somewhere else. Common ownership. The means of production, such as factories, land, and machinery, are owned collectively by the community rather than by individuals or private entities. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. Somebody coming along and saying, this is my land, this is my house, right? Even though it's my house, I live here. I can't have people just come in through the front door talking about I live here now, obviously. So maybe we pull that one back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we pull that one back. But you know where this does belong? There should be entire communities of free homes for people to live in. Think, my brothers and sisters, think, stay woke. There could be entire facilities that are common ownership, that are community driven, such as our unhoused. Our unhoused should have a community that they can go to for resources. And according to equality, according to our equality covenant that we just established in Rule 1, in our core values of modern communism, they have equal access to resources and opportunities within this community. Look at that. I'm saying, bro, I'm saying. So now we have discovered that the first two rules of our new neo-modern day communism is already beneficial to everybody. Sure, we may not have the best class system, right? Maybe we have a different breakdown of the class system, which we'll get to that eventually, because we're getting to some heavy shit, right? So if you are not able to get resources, those resources should be free. You see what I mean? Think, my brothers and sisters, think. Because what's wrong with these people getting ahead in life, right? Or just receiving enough just to get by? You know what I mean? And I think it's the selfishness. I think it's the selfishness in others, because there have been people that voted for our upcoming president just because they didn't want to see other people win. There are people that are on this earth that are such fucking haters that they will go against the grain because they don't want to see other people succeed. They don't want to see other people receive happiness. There are people that are such haters that are like, and I remember there was a study done for a college course, right? And the professor said, okay, so we're going to put it to a vote. It needs to be 100% unanimous, right? You ask a class of 30 people. If all 30 people vote that everyone in the class gets an A, all 30 people, it has to be unanimous, have to vote for this. If even one person votes no, it doesn't happen. So they gave them two options. You do the work, you get the grade that you earn. Or everybody votes for this one specific option, everybody passes the class. I think it was like more than half of the class had voted for the first option. They said, no, we don't want everybody to pass the class. And so when they did a follow-up study on that, some people wrote, I don't want to see other people achieve the things that I worked hard for. You are such a hater that you can't see people you don't want to see other people win. You are such a hater that, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is a little suspect, bro. I can't respect that shit. I can't respect that shit at all. You are such a hater that you don't want to see other people win. That shit sucks, bro. That shit sucks. I hate that shit. Humans are terrible. And because humans do not follow these core values of let's help others, there are humans who just go, how do I help myself? And I think that's a real problem. That's a real mental illness, bro. That's the real problem. I truly believe that's the real problem. None of this will ever work as long as you have people that want to hurt, abuse, and want to see others fail. That's the real problem. I think all of this stuff in ideology, in theory, would work if you had people that are dedicated to those things and not people that just want to, it's like Alfred said, some people just want to watch the world burn. And I think that's terrible. Me specifically, I think that's terrible. So anyway, guys, let me refill my water real quick. How long have we been streaming? An hour 5? Okay, let's go a little bit longer. I'll be all right. I'm gonna stop yelling at my screen, that's for sure. All right, anyway. So all I'm saying is communism as a whole will not work because people don't want it to. God, I miss these streams. Yeah, me too. Me too. So let's see. State control. This one is going to be interesting. The state or government plays a central role in managing the economy and ensuring the equitable distribution of resources. I don't see a problem with that one. We already do that. The United States government is then divided into the 3 branches. That's divided into the 16 pieces of bro, we already have this. And then there's federal rights, there's states' rights, there's city rights. There's certain jurisdictions that the federal government can set a blanket law, but if a state decides we don't want to abide by that, they don't have to. Isn't that just so crazy? He said, I don't like communism either. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to pass out. All right, Lee boy. We'll catch you later, bro. You can watch the VOD back later, man. Isn't that so crazy? Isn't that so interesting that we already do that? Stay woke, my brother. Stay woke. Let's see. Elimination of private property. This one I don't agree with. Private ownership of property is either prohibited or severely limited to prevent economic disparities. I get that there's economic disparities. That's going to happen regardless. Whether it's under communism, whether it's under capitalism, whatever. This one as a whole will not work. People need to be able to own their own things and say, this is mine. Having a piece of ownership is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't agree with this one. This one I don't agree with. What the fuck is this word? How do it?
Egalitarian.
Egalitarian. Let's see. Favoring social equality. Egalitarian distribution. Wealth and resources are distributed based on need rather than individual effort or profit motives. Okay. This one's kind of tough. Because if you lean too much one way, you completely destroy the 4 other values that we set in place. But if you lean the other way, you're disrespecting those 4 other values. So really there is a very easy middle ground here. Because you can't say everyone is equal economically or socioeconomically if some people are doing better than others. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. So I think there should be a substandard of living, right? Everyone is allowed to live. It's mandatory that everyone live at this middle level, right? There may be some people living up here, but there should never be anybody living below this specific thing. I think that's okay. So maybe we modify that one. We don't completely eliminate it, but I think there needs to be a certain threshold that no one can go below this point. Homelessness, not allowed. Not allowed. Here are free resources to get you back on your feet. Here are free mental health organizations that you can reach out to in these big communities that we establish. Entire towns need to be community towns. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think neo-communism, neo-modern communism, whatever we're going to call it, I think that needs to be, what we do going forward. Maybe I need to buy a country, bro. Maybe I need to buy a country. I'm not like, I don't got it like that, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Now, this one I might not agree with. Suppression of capitalism. Communism opposes the capitalistic system, which it views as exploitative, and the root cause of class divisions and inequality. We could go ahead and strike that one from the record because this is also a form of neo-capitalism that we're establishing. I don't know why I keep using the word neo. Hold on, let's see. The prefix neo originates from the ancient Greek neos, meaning new or yeah, I'm using that correctly. Neo-communism. Yes, I'm using that correctly. I knew I was using it correctly. So there's neo-communism, neo-capitalism. There needs to be some type of merger between these two things that I think neo whatever the fuck, because neo is a similar prefix to pseudo, which means almost but similar. Like not the exact same thing, but similar. So there's that. I think, we might be onto something. Bro, we're learning so much. First day of Red Note, and we're already learning so much. This is the main point you should like. That's what I'm saying. Everything should be new. We should be updating these things. We can't exist in the future with things that only applied to the past. You know what I mean? That the past context doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Number one, because there's too many people. There's too many people. Communism already is not going to work because there's 8.2 billion people on the planet. It's just not going to work. Communism is just not going to work. Maybe if there's entire communist like compounds, sure, why not? But within that system, they can't operate in a country that is not full on communist. You know what I mean? Like it just won't work. Aren't those just Bush era neocons? I don't think so. Only because I was not fully sentient during the Bush administration, and to the point where I was understanding and comprehending the things that Bush was trying to put into place. You know what I mean? So, and obviously not every president has been, the best ever or the worst of all time, but there's just certain things that I feel like neo-communism and neo-capitalism can meet on, and it be like, hey, this should be okay. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. If we can sit on a stream and figure these things out based off of communism, because we're going to look up the core values of capitalism in a second and see where those two things cross. You know what I mean? So let's actually do that right now. Let's see. Because I have a feeling this is going to make me discouraged because I'm already looking at this chart and it makes me sad. Private property rights. Individuals and businesses have the right to own and control property and resources. Maybe not resources. I don't really fuck with that one, but which encourages investment and innovation. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly, I agree with that. Supply and demand. Prices and product levels are determined by market forces, ensuring that goods and services are allocated efficiently. This one I do and also don't agree with. And I'll give you a perfectly good example. The current fires that are going on here in California are a conduit for the supply and demand of housing distribution in the state of California, specifically within the city of Los Angeles. Because of this specific core value of capitalism, this says, oh, your house was burned down? I'm charging $9,000 to live in a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartment here in Los Angeles. Because of the influx of people needing places to live, because of the demand, I'm going to raise the amount that I can supply. So instead of it costing $9,000 a month, I'm going to raise it to $15,000. That is called price gouging. That is illegal. Because people are in a situation where they may or may not be able to afford it out of desperation, you should not be allowed to legally raise that price and price gouge people out of being able to live there just because you want to be greedy. That is a negative side of supply and demand. Whereas the positive side of supply and demand is, oh, cheeseburgers are really popular right now. There's a clear demand for cheeseburgers. I'm going to open a restaurant and supply cheeseburgers to the community, and then I can raise my prices accordingly based on the demand. I should be able to make money through capitalism. So there are positive and negative effects of this specific core value of capitalism. Does that make sense? But if we apply our neo-communism, if you're displaced because your home is burned down, there should be entire communities that you can go to that provide free resources to you until you can get back on your feet. See what I mean? Neo-capitalism and neo-communism can exist at the same time, while millionaires are still able to make money. You know what I mean? Maybe if we were just a little less greedy, we don't have to worry about price gouging. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? Stay woke, my brothers and sisters, stay woke. Lorenzo says, but that also depends on how much supply there is available to go around. I agree. But you changing the price based on the supply doesn't change anything. If you're still supplying a good or service, you deciding to rise up the prices based off of other people's misfortune is what is considered price gouging. That's the difference. Is somebody less fortunate now boxed out of this? Yes. But because there are no other available resources. So if there are no other available resources, you're fucked. You see what I mean? So that's kind of what that is. But what's interesting is with the core values of capitalism, there are always going to be exceptions to every single rule, just like communism. There are always going to be exceptions to every single rule, which is very unfortunate because where those exceptions pop up, I believe the core values of the other should compensate. So because the core value of capitalism is I should be able to make money based off of supply and demand, the other is we should provide resources to the less fortunate because it's all better. All the rising tide lifts all boats. Does that make sense? Like, this person can't contribute to public taxes, public services, or even the well-being of their friends, family, and those around them if their house burns down in the Palisades and they have nowhere else to go. You see what I mean? This may be somebody's elderly grandmother that is 87 years old. She's on a fixed income of X amount of dollars per month. She should have access to free resources based off of her demographic, based off of what is happening to her. It's very unfortunate that her house has burned down, that she's had since she was a little girl. Her grandfather probably built that house in the Palisades. He stuck down a pole coming back from World War I and said, this is the home for my family. This is where we are going to live. These are the boundary lines where my property is. He passes that down to his son. He passes that down to her daughter, to his daughter, and so on, right? This 87-year-old woman whose grandfather took this spot now no longer has anywhere to go. You see what I mean? That's where communism should kick in and say, hey, we should be able to help these people. So that's what I'm saying. I understand, but companies don't want to be controlled. That's the thing. Because of, because of capitalism, we're not controlling them. There is just a certain level, because of neo-communism, there is now a certain level where you cannot go below. There is now a median. Every American has to have these specific things provided for them. Everyone above them is cool. There should never be anybody below them, if that makes sense. So then you have competition. Businesses compete to offer better products and services at lower prices, driving efficiency and innovation. I agree with this one wholeheartedly. Let me give you an example. Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. Multiverses, Super Smash Bros. PlayStation, Xbox. Okay? Back in the early days of gaming, I know Unk is kind of going back in time here, right? Competition breeds innovation. That is what the saying is. When you see what your competition is doing and you want to beat them out, you make a better product. You make that product cheaper. You make that product more accessible to consumers. You make those consumers happy for your product. They will pay money to your company for that competition. Your competition then sees, oh shit, these guys are doing better. They're changing their tactics. It's reverse price gouging, right? Reverse price gouging. They're making their customers happy by doing this. Oh yeah, we need to compete. Let's make a better alternative to this. You don't like the way Overwatch is carrying its business? You don't like that Overwatch is canceling its PvE content? You don't like that Overwatch is firing its development team because the higher-ups are making terrible decisions? You don't like that Overwatch is promising you specific pieces of content and then providing less than a fourth of the content that they provided? What's your alternative? You got Valorant, you got Marvel Rivals, you got Team Fortress if you really want to go way back. You got Rainbow Six Siege. You got options. This is the competition. So Overwatch can't really be like, oh, boo-hoo. Oh my gosh, everybody's leaving. Why? You did that shit to yourself, dum-dum. Meanwhile, Marvel Rivals is over here, less than 30 days in, dropping 4 new characters. What's going on? Fire skins. Fire events. Don't you ever be mad ever again, bro. Sit your bitch ass down, go back to the drawing board, and figure out where you fucked up. That's competition. That's competition at its best. I don't think we need to apply neo-communism here at all. I think this is great. I think competition is great. He said, but if you have individual ownership and property, that leans more towards capitalism. Yes and no. Because you have two things here. Just to go back to what we were talking about, Lorenzo. You have 2 things here. If you are somebody that owns property and you decide to rent it, sure, that's fine. But if you see others are being displaced due to misfortune and literal acts of God, do you think you are sound morally to say, well, I was renting this property for $2,000, but because there's so many people that are now homeless because their houses are burned down, I'm going to charge it $4,000. Do you think that's okay? Morally. Like morally. We're not talking about profit-wise, but morally. Do you think that's okay? If you say yes, okay. I don't agree. But in our neo-capitalistic, neo-communist, agenda, basically, we're staying woke. This person should not be allowed to do that. Let's take a deeper look here. Every single piece of context is different because what if this is your first property? My girlfriend, she owns this building, right? She owns this piece of property, right? If we decided to move out and rent it to somebody and she wants to charge an astronomical amount of money, she can do that. There are people that are doing so well that would pay $4,000 a month to live in this property, right? That's cool. But if you're doing it just to spite other people who are misfortunate and can't afford that, that's morally corrupt. That's morally wrong. Right? That's all I'm saying. It comes down to morals and values. Are you doing this to spite these people, or are you doing it because the market says this property is $4,000 a month? So that's the thing. It sounds like you want capitalism with some socialist policies. Yes and no. What I have been saying since the beginning is that there are cross points for these things to exist. There are pitfalls in capitalism. These are just the values. Obviously, every scenario is going to be different, but because of those contextual scenarios, that's where the values of something else, the values of communism, the values of socialism can kick in. These things all can exist at the same time. It doesn't have to be a one piece, one fit all type of situation. And with that mindset of we can only have core values of one thing, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. Is you don't have to have a situation where only capitalism exists. You can have socialist values within capitalism. You can have communist values within capitalism and vice versa. Because where these things fail, where capitalism fails, socialism succeeds. Where socialism fails, capitalism succeeds and vice versa. That's what I'm saying. Two bad bitches can exist at the same time. That's all it is. Two bad bitches can exist at the same time. It's that simple. And I think making very contextual rules and obligations and faults, honestly, there are certain things that can exist. Because I don't think private prisons should exist, but they do. And you know what those private prisons do? They pimp out their inmates and send them to go fight the California fires for $3 a day. These people could die. And all they're doing is serving their time to the state of California. California is then making money. These people are also going to work at Panda Express. They're going to work at the malls. They're going to work here. They're going to work there. Just at the end of the day, when you clock out, you get back on the prison bus. That's crazy. That is crazy. And that's part of capitalism that we're not talking about today. That falls under incentive and freedom. That shit is not okay. That shit is not okay, bro. But let's say you and another... See, here's the thing, Lorenzo. You want to come up with scenarios on why this works or why this doesn't work, right? So you are about to drop something in the chat. You drop something in the chat that's a scenario that will exist. I bet you I can find a solution for it. Just based off of what we have learned already. He said, but let's say you and another guy are both had your house burned down. Now the other guy tells me, hey, I'm willing to pay more than the other guy. That's competition, right? That's competition in itself. Competition based off of resources that you have access to. The other guy says, more than this other guy, wouldn't you just let the other guy stay? That is a situation and a scenario that exists one time in this one particular context, right? So, based off of neo-communism, there is a certain threshold level that can exist. That's supposed to, nobody below this threshold. No one is supposed to exist below this threshold. Just because this guy has access to more resources and can pay more money to stay in this property does not mean that the other guy is out on his ass. That's the thing. The other guy's not out on his ass because we have a certain threshold level of he's not supposed to be homeless. It's not allowed for him to be homeless. He needs to be given a place to live. He has resources he can go to. Where this one guy has resources, he has money. Yes, I can afford to pay $4,000 to live in this apartment. He's going to pay that $4,000. That other guy is going to go get resources that the state and the government provide to him. That is something that already exists in the American system. Just like our homeless veterans and things like that. They don't have to live on the street. They can go get resources. They can go get help. The problem is these places and these organizations are so vastly underfunded compared to the things that benefit our society more. You see what I mean? Like I think that per capita, the Los Angeles, state of California spending police budget. Let's see how much we spend on the police, right? That shit is is per capita, 663 per police protection. 12.6 billion 12.6 billion. Now we're going to do state of California spending. What is it? On fighting homelessness. Spending on homelessness, 24 billion. Not enough money. Not enough money. And these organizations are still underfunded. That's the thing. So, if Homeboy has access to resources, good for him. But this specific context doesn't apply. And once again, I have just based off of the core values that we just Googled today, we can understand that person A is going to pay for that $4,000 apartment. Person B, who does not have access to those resources, is not homeless. He has somewhere to go. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He has somewhere to go. So it is what it is, bro. Now, also keep in mind, there are going to be people who own things privately who are going to say, you're displaced by the fire. You can come and live in the home that I'm renting for free. There are people that exist in this city that have entire facilities. There's ones downtown, luxury apartments where homeless people can come and stay for certain periods of time to get back on their feet, to get off the street. But they have to apply for those things. You know what I mean? Some people don't have access to cell phones. Some people don't have access to internet. Some people don't have access to smart devices. But you know who does? The state of California provides money to libraries. Libraries provide jobs. Libraries provide free internet. Libraries provide resources for the unhoused to be able to go and get back on their feet. Do those people utilize those services? Not all the time. So let's take a look at the state of California spending on libraries. The state of California has a significant investment in the library system. Let's look at 2022 to 2023. The budget includes 2.3 million one-time funding for disaster preparedness. So there's various $32 million from the general fund and 18.8 million from federal trust fund. It looks like, in comparison to the money spent on police, the money spent on libraries is lackadaisical in comparison. Because keep in mind, 32 million, 220 million, 34 million. The police budget was billions. Hello? There's a drastic disconnect here. So, but then that's the supply and demand that you have a problem with. No, because here's the thing. Not everything is a blanket answer to everything. Sure, this does reach into supply and demand, but the context is not necessary unless you want to add that. If there's 100 people and 50 of those people are providing homes for $2,000, and then the other another 25 are providing $4,000 homes, and then there's 25 people that are offering free homes. That's the thing. Not everything has to be for profit. That reaches into the greed of human society. You don't need to be greedy all the time. You don't need to. I could understand, like I'll go back to the example of my girlfriend owning this place, right? If she owned multiple properties and she decided to make one place $2,000, another place $4,000, another place $3,000, the government should then be like, hey, I understand you're doing something for $3,000 over here. What if we gave you the money and subsidized that? We gave you money so that way you can take in these people who have been displaced by the fires. The government cuts a deal with her and says, look, we'll pay you $6,000. Just let these less fortunate people come and stay here. Whoa, now all of a sudden we're making money and we're providing homes to people who are less fortunate. Did I just answer your question that you tried to hit me with a gotcha, brother? You tried to hit me with a gotcha, and I just gave you some shit that you didn't even think about. So, under neo-capitalism and neo-communism and neo-socialism now. We can do that. We can do that. Supply and demand is now negated because now we can provide for the less fortunate. Somebody can make profit. We can administer supply and demand and competition all at the same time. You see what I mean? Where one has a pitfall, another one can supply. You see what I mean? But you're choosing to look at only one. That's the problem. Is you want to combat the things that I want to say. You want to combat the things that would make our society better. And all we have to do is be like, yo, be less greedy. The government's going to give you some money. You can help other people. Look at that. It's a perfect, you know, like those diagrams, like those triangles. It can be cheap, it can be fast, or it can be good quality. And you can only pick 2 out of the 3. This satisfies all 3 because the government is now getting taxes to pay for all these other things. So that's your answer right there, buddy. The problem is greed. The problem is greed. The problem is the human condition to get over on other people. That's the real problem. It's not capitalism. It's not socialism. It's not communism. It's greed. The problem is greed. That's really what it is. He said, my point is, I agree the government should assist people, but the price increase that you don't like is because of natural supply and demand. And I said I agree with that already. Be less greedy is not a policy, though. But it's morally wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's morally wrong, which is a pitfall of capitalism. Morality. Morality is a pitfall, is a negative portion of capitalism, but not of communism, not of socialism. All of these other things can exist at the same time. Multiple bad bitches can exist at the same time. We just have to allow them to exist. It's that simple. It's that simple. We don't even have to go back and forth on this anymore. I just answered it. He said, we can't do nothing about that. Yes, you can. You can incentivize people doing something that's morally good. You can incentivize that. Even if you don't want to do it from the bottom of your heart and provide a place for people to live, the government can entice you to do so. That's the thing about greed. I can now entice you to help people. You may not want to originally, but now you are. Now you are. Look at that. Now you are. So, but we're at an hour and a half. I'm sure there's a lot of like questions, comments, and concerns. Now, all we did was a surface. Keep in mind, Lorenzo, all we did was a surface level dive into the 5 or 6 core values of capitalism and communism. We haven't even looked at socialism yet. You know what I mean? It's like, why can't all people have a certain level, a threshold, and everybody else exist above, but no one should exist below? You know what I mean? So like, if Amazon is exploiting its workers, pay your workers better. Because if you pay your workers better, they're going to order shit from Amazon, which makes Amazon more money. Hello? Amazon then has the initiative to go and, oh shit, people are spending more money because they have more money available. I don't have to worry about rent. If I don't have to worry about rent, I can spend more money on Amazon. Like, what? That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. Anyway, let's go back to more funny videos, man. Let's go back to more funny videos. Where did my shit go? Was it gone? Oh no, my air server's gone. Oh fuck. I spent too much time yapping. Spent too much time yapping and not enough time streaming. Oh, it's gone. We're gonna watch a few more videos and then we're gonna go from there. So all of this stemmed from that one girl's video. You know what I mean? I actually learned a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I learned a lot today. I don't know about anybody else, but I definitely did. So I think we're gonna call it there, guys. This was fun. Thank you guys for participating. Lorenzo, thank you for participating in today's stream. Anime Done, Lee Boy, what's up? Babacar, thank you guys for popping in. I really appreciate that. we'll have another stream tomorrow. I think it's going to be in the afternoon sometime. So I really would like to get the watch time up, man. I feel like streaming on Twitch, I'm doing it for free for an hour a day. But whereas if I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm actually making a few coins. And quite literally a few coins. Like, I think per stream, I think I make like maybe 25 cents from watch time. So, you know, we might have to stream a little bit more, man. So that's just me. So we'll see. Because I got to pay for all it. I got to pay for these lights. I got to pay for the electricity. I got to pay for all of this. Because capitalism says I can't just have shit for free. I can't just make art just to make art. You know what I mean? I probably can. I probably could get away with it. But I have access to more resources if I get that 30 cents per stream. You know what I'm saying? Need that incentive, baby. But, all right.